Good morning and happy Tuesday. Um, drop something in the chat. Do you like it better when I do the videos a little bit later in the day? It seems like I tend to get more people on live. Or do you like it better when I'm doing them at 4:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning? So drop something in the chat and let me know which one you like a little bit better. So now we're going to switch gears a little bit. We've been talking about the triad and state management for a long time, and now we're switching into values and beliefs. New topic. And this is kind of a big chunk, so we're going to spend quite a number of days on it. So, values. Values are states that we either want to go towards or are states that we will do anything to avoid. So let's do some examples of that. So a towards value could be love. It could be significance. It could be certainty. It could be variety. It could be growth. It could be contribution. It could be a feeling of independence, whatever. You can language it in a million different ways. So a value is simply an emotional state that you want to go towards. And we all have a list of towards values, and then we actually have a hierarchy of those values that we're always trying to obtain. We also have a list of away values. We have a list of things that we'll do anything to avoid. So it could be something like uncertainty. It could be rejection. It could be a fear of being alone. It could be um, lack of money, financial independence, lack of freedom. It could be uh, that you don't have employment. It could be all kinds of different things. But we also have a list of away values that will do anything to avoid. And again, there's a hierarchy of those things. Now, how does that relate to a belief? So let's say your value is success. Okay, that's a big one. You hear that one a lot. Let's say one of your towards values is success. Okay, so that's the state that you want to feel. And let's say it's number one on your list. So that means that's the state that you most number one want to feel in your life. On any given day, you want to feel success. You want to feel successful. Beliefs is the target that you believe that you have to hit in order to feel that state. So the way that you find out your values is you ask yourself questions. That's how we think. Thinking is nothing more than asking ourselves questions. So the way that you find a value would be, what's most important to you in your life? And then you got to stick with your gut. You don't use your head on this stuff. Whatever is the first answer that comes out is typically the answer that's correct. So let's say that you say, somebody asks you, what's most important to you in your life? And you say success. Success is most important to me in my life. Okay, then what has to happen in order for you to feel successful? That's the question that you ask in order to find the belief that goes with that value. And if you find somebody that success is in their top 5, and you ask them that question and they don't let their head get in the way, they'll give you a list. They'll tell you, here's what has to happen in order for me to feel successful. I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. Then if you say, what will you do anything to avoid in your life? They will give you their away values. And then if you ask them, what has to happen in order for you to avoid that feeling? Then they will give you the definition, their belief of that particular thing. Here's the rub. We didn't intentionally create these. We didn't intentionally create our towards values and our away values. They happened just based on circumstance. Something happened and you decided that this was a towards value. So let's say you were a kid and you wanted your father's affection more than your mother's affection. I say that because we all want one of our parents' affections more than the other. And you did something at a sporting event. You were successful at a sporting event, and as a result, you got your father's attention. Okay, well, now your definition of connection, love, success, whichever one you equated that to, is probably going to be based on that experience. If I'm successful at this event, then I will get love, then I will get connection, then I will get success. Maybe in order to get that person's attention, you were funny. and you did something that was funny. And now, guess what? A comedian is born. First one, an athlete is born. The second one, a comedian is born. And you did something that was funny, and then you got your parents' attention. So you're going to equate success or love or connection with the belief that you have the ability to make somebody laugh and brighten their day, and now you are successful, or now you are worthy of being loved, or whatever it is. So for today, all I want you to start thinking about is, what are your towards values? What are the things, what are the states, and state just means emotion, that you most want to feel in your life on a given day? Is it tranquility? Is it peace? Is it independence? Is it freedom? Imagine somebody who has their number one towards value as financial freedom, and or success, and their number one away value is a fear of rejection. So what's going to happen to that person? They're going to take 2 steps forward and then 1 step back all the time, because they're not going to want to be rejected. And then they're going to wonder, why am I not creating the outcomes that I want to create in my life? So start asking yourself the question, and let's take the unconscious to the conscious and figure out, what are the values that you'll do anything to feel on a given day? What are the states that you most want to feel on any given day or week or month? What are the outcomes that you're looking for? Is it success? Is it growth? Is it achievement? Is it love and connection? Is it freedom? Is it financial independence? Is it peace of mind? Is it significance? Is it variety? Is it certainty? What is it that you'll do anything to feel on a regular basis? And just do a list. You don't have to do them in order, just do a list. And then think about, what are the states that you'll do anything to avoid? Is it uncertainty? Is it rejection? Is it the fear of being alone? Is it the fear of not being loved, which could be different than being alone, depending upon how you look at it? Is it failure? Is it insignificance? What is it? What are the things that you'll do anything to avoid? And we all have them. And there's no right or wrong answer here, and there's no right or wrong order. But what are the things that you'll do anything to avoid? And then if you really want to do a bunch of homework, ask yourself the question, in order to feel this feeling, pardon me, what has to happen? So like, let's say your number one towards value is freedom. Okay, so then ask yourself the question, in order for me to feel freedom, what has to happen in order for me to feel that feeling? If the next one is love and connection, in order for me to feel love and connection, what has to happen? And don't think, just do a stream of consciousness and start writing down your beliefs. The value is the state that you want to feel. The belief is the target. And then do it for your away values. In order for me to feel rejected, what needs to happen? Just write them down and take a look for now at what you got. And what we typically find when we do this is we have set ourselves up so that it's very easy to feel the negative feelings and very difficult to feel the positive feelings. So as Tony Robbins says, we have a dirt road to happiness and a high-speed highway to feeling miserable. Meaning our away values, we've set ourselves up so we feel them all the time. Rejection, but we make it very easy to feel those feelings. But our towards values, like let's say your towards value is success, we set it up so that we can only feel successful if we achieve everything in the universe and are the king of the world and do everything perfectly, and then I'll feel successful. And so we never actually feel the value that we most want to feel. In order for me to feel love, the person that I'm in love with has to do everything that I want without me telling them what they're supposed to do, and they have to do it exactly when I want them to do it, and they have to do it perfectly every time, and then I feel like I'm loved. So it is totally out of your control, based on somebody else, and you never give them the information as to what you need in order to feel that feeling, so they're just shooting in the dark, hoping that they do the right thing. We're very good at setting ourselves up in that type of situation. So what you want to do is you want to change that. You want to make it easier to feel the good feelings and harder to feel the bad feelings. So for today, just become aware, figure out what your towards values are, figure out what your away values are, and then figure out the beliefs for those things, and then we'll start going from there. Going to say good morning to everybody. Mr. David, good morning. It is great to see you way up in Minnesota. I can't imagine how cold it is up there this morning. Deanne, great to see you. Jim, thanks for watching. Janine, thanks for watching. And Miss Pesca, thanks. Everybody, thanks for hopping on this morning. Let me know, better earlier in the morning or better this time of day? Drop me a note and let me know what you think. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.